Welcome back to the Crypto Rain channel. I'm your host, Jay Murph, and today we're going to talk really briefly about some NFTs out there that might have some collector interest. I've been watching it. It looks like they're pretty dang cool, and they may, I'm looking from an investor's perspective, so I think they may have some value. I'm going to go ahead and take the leap of faith. Whether or not you do, that's really on your risk assessment profile, but I'll share with you what I do know and what I don't know, and so that it'll tell you why I'm making the decisions I am, at least. Without further ado, why don't we go ahead and get the party started? Join me, Rainmakers. So overall, I'll try to be brief on this because I don't have a lot of time and I want to squeeze this in because timing is everything. You can see on the timer here 1 day and 17 hours left. So there's this limited time where you can convert your Lympo tokens to the LMT tokens. And if you do that during this time, at least you convert some tokens. I guess that guarantees you a spot that may have some long-term benefit and may not have some long-term benefit. But for those who take part in this, there's three different types of NFTs that they'll be minting over time. And in that third seat, it guarantees you a seat without having to jump through extra hoops. So whether that will be valuable, I don't know. Just maybe. Familiar with this company, I actually bought some tokens in the ICO like 3 years ago, and initially it did pretty well, and I cashed out. And then, like everything else in the bull market, now when I say I cashed out, I actually rolled that into some other tokens that then did terrible. So I made some good returns on this. What I rolled it into didn't do anything, unfortunately for me. But, it just came out in 2018, and it was related to fitness, and their goals were increasing fitness of everyday people and some rewards associated with that. And so they had some good partnerships. I feel like they have a good team. They just came out in the very early parts of the crypto winter, initially did well, and like everything else did poorly. So, but they did have some very good leadership and some good people, and so they've rolled into some partnerships with some of the top athletes and Olympians in the world and are making some cool NFTs, and they are cool. I like them. Now, I can't say for sure if these will have value, and it probably depends on which athlete it is. Their coolness factor is decently good. So unfortunately, you're going to get this little bug where it keeps repeating, and I was able to fix that when I was trying to make a purchase before. I don't have time to figure out why it's doing that. I think before I just refreshed it. And so you'll see this here, LMT token swap for LYM. And so basically the LYM tokens, which you can find here, are going for about 5 cents, and it's converting 8 of those into one LMT token. So if you think about it, 8, so they're about 40 cents a piece. So like, now you can stake those tokens in order to earn some of the NFTs or be able to mint some of their NFTs. And every time I scroll down, it's going to keep doing that. Let me see if this helps. But those are pretty cool, and they'll have different... This was driving me nuts earlier today, and so though that's frustrating, maybe this is for you, maybe it's not. They do have some good partnerships with some big names in the Olympian side of things and the athlete side of things, that if those athletes do well, perhaps these NFTs do well. But by holding the LMT token, you can then stake that to kind of earn some rewards that then you can use to mint some of their other tokens. So in the short term, my guess is with the NFT craze, it will probably do well. Probably long term, the only ones that will do well is the ones that are highly sought after. And, I like that it gives you a permanent seat. If you make a conversion during this time, they'll probably take a snapshot of whatever addresses own LMT tokens at the end of this 3 days, because you can't buy LMT tokens till after these 3 days are over. So the only way to get them is by taking some of your LYM tokens, and you can convert them by holding them in the MetaMask wallet and then coming to the site and logging in your MetaMask wallet. Then you can convert them. So you can see here that I still hold 4,000 LYM, but essentially I converted 80,000 LYM into LMT tokens, giving me 10,000 that I will then just stake, trying to earn some of these cool NFTs and then hoping that they're worth something down the road. Now I can always unstake the LMT tokens and sell them. I think the deal is you get a third of what you converted available after the 3 days that you can sell or do whatever you want, and then another third is released later, and another third is released later, but you can stake even the ones you don't have access to try to earn some rewards right away. So, well, I'll throw a few $1,000s worth into this and see if something happens with it. Do I know that something's going to happen with it? No. I am familiar with the team that's run this, having invested in the ICO before, and they're top-notch people, and they're getting some top-notch athletes, and their overall goal is to increase fitness in the world, which I could use more of that in my life and stuff. I plan to include more of that in my life in the coming future. But I like that kind of goal, and initially their big thing was to create incentives for people that they get little rewards for having exercised and worked out. I think the blockchain is going there, that it'll be more easy with where blockchain is going to incentivize that type of stuff, because truthfully, how can you really incentivize that till you can have people have wearables? Sure, if you can integrate it with an Apple Watch and they have an Apple Watch, that's perfect. And the technology in these days with blockchain is getting to that point. Was it there in 2018? No way. Is it going to be there in the next few years? Yes, and these are some good people that could make that happen. In the meantime, it's like, I want to try to earn some of these. If they go up in value, I'll sell some to get some of my initial tokens back out, and maybe I'll let the rest ride. Even though I believe in the team, I'm always asking myself, is this investment worth the risky side of it could go to zero? For me, the answer was yes. Whether it's for you, I don't know. I'm not your financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice, just me telling you what I'm doing, and you can see with my own dollars that I went ahead and rolled that dice. Honestly, there's a disincentive for me to tell you about this, because then it just crowds that pool even more, right? So, I'm just telling you because you're giving me respect by joining me on this channel and giving me your faith and attention, and your attention is a lot. We have a lot of things that we can spend the attention on. So if for some reason you're liking the value you're getting here and you're here, like I'm trying to do my best to deliver on this, even if I only have a few minutes to record this video before I have some obligation with my family. But because the clock is ticking on this, I at least want to give you some awareness. So I'll put some links in the video so that you can find where to get more information on it, so you can really evaluate whether this is for you or not. I don't know if there's a lot of videos on it. I just honestly am still on their email list since 3 years ago, and so I saw some of the emails coming through, and I opened up a couple, and I was like, hey, this is a pretty cool idea, and wow, these NFTs are pretty cool looking, so I'll pay attention closer. And yesterday, I thought, well, I'll at least pull the trigger on this and stuff. So great, guys. I appreciate seeing you again, and we will see you next time.